Let me tell you something personal. My father was a proud man, tough, hands, steady feet, never asked for help even when he should have. But by the time he turned 68, he struggled just to stand up from his favorite armchair. His knees cracked like old floorboards, and every step became a slow, painful shuffle. He used to say, "Just getting old, son." But it wasn't just age, it was the habits. The small, everyday things he did without thinking that slowly chipped away at his legs. By the time we figured it out, the damage was done. Eventually, he needed a walker and a wheelchair. And the last time I saw him walk across the room without help, well, that moment stays with me. So now I ask you, do your knees ache when you rise from a chair? Do stairs feel steeper than they used to? Ever catch yourself leaning on the wall just to feel steady? You might think it's just aging, but what if I told you it's not? What if there are simple, sneaky habits you're doing right now, Dad, that are quietly stealing the strength from your legs? Habits no one talks about. Habits even your doctor might overlook. And the good news, once you know what they are, you can fix them. No surgeries. No crazy workouts. It's just small changes that can protect your independence for years to come. So stay with me, because in just a moment, I'll show you the 7 everyday mistakes that may be weakening your legs in the small. Powerful tweaks that can bring them back to life. Here's the first mistake. Most people never think twice about sitting too long. Now don't get me wrong, I love a good recliner as much as the next guy. But what if I told you that your favorite chair might be slowly stealing your legs from you? Sounds dramatic, I know, but I've seen it happen more times than I can count. As a doctor who spent decades treating aging legs, I can tell you this. Prolonged sitting is one of the fastest ways to weaken your lower body. Why? Because the moment you sit, your leg muscles start shutting down. After just 30 minutes of stillness, your glutes go to sleep, your thighs disengage, and over time, they forget how to work. It's called dead butt syndrome, yes. That's the real medical nickname, and it turns simple acts like standing up into full-body challenges. I had a patient named Alex, 72 years young, who told me she couldn't T-rise from her armchair without pushing off like she was lifting a car. We tested her leg strength. It was down nearly 40% from just a year earlier. But here's the kicker. All she did was break her sitting into 30-minute chunks. Added a few knee lifts during TV commercials. And in 6 weeks, she stood up with ease and without assistance. That's the power of waking up sleeping muscles. Remember, your legs were made to move. Mobilizing them for hours every day is like parking a car and wondering why the engine won't start. So before you sit down for your next show or meal, set a timer. Stand up every half hour even, if just for a minute, because motion is medicine. And while movement is one key, what you put in your body can make or break how your muscles respond. Up next, I'll reveal the morning mistake that's quietly draining your leg strength before you even leave the house. Here is a habit that might feel harmless but could be twisting your legs out of balance every single day. Crossing your legs. I know it seems innocent enough. You're sipping coffee, reading the paper, settling into your favorite chair, and without thinking, one leg folds neatly over the other. But as a doctor who spent a lifetime treating joint misalignments and muscle imbalances, let me warn you, this tiny habit can cause massive long-term damage. Let me tell you about Meyer. She's 74, sharp as a tack, always polished. But she came to me complaining about hip stiffness and trouble getting out of the car. After a few tests, I noticed something strange. One side of her pelvis sat higher than the other. Her problem wasn't arthritis, it was posture. Decades of crossing the same leg over the other had tilted her hips, shortened key muscles on one side, and left the other side working overtime just to keep her upright. Studies from the Mayo Clinic confirm it. Prolonged leg crossing can compress nerves, restrict circulation, and alter your body's alignment in subtle ways that quietly degrade your balance and leg function. But here's the good news. Once Meyer switched to a small pillow on her chair to remind her to keep both feet flat on the floor, her pain vanished within weeks. Her muscles rebalanced, her strength returned, and her confidence soared. I tell all my patients now, how you sit shapes how you walk. So before you settle in with that crossword puzzle, check your posture and give your hips a fighting chance. And speaking of posture, what if I told you the way you stand could be silently starving your leg muscles of blood and strength? That's what we'll uncover next. Now here's one most folks never suspect: locking your knees when you stand. Sounds silly, doesn't it? But this one small habit could be quietly sabotaging your circulation, draining your leg strength, and even making you dizzy without warning. I'll never forget Georgia retired firefighter, 76, proud posture, stood like a statue every Sunday at church. Chest up, knees locked, hands behind his back. But over time, he began experiencing lightheadedness and sudden aches in his hips and lower back. One day, right in the middle of a hymn, George nearly fainted. When he came to my office, I explained the simple truth. Locked knees cut off blood flow. When your knees are stiff as boards, the muscles in your thighs shut off, thinking the bones are doing the work. Circulation slows to a crawl. Your heart has to work harder to push blood back up from your feet. And over time, your muscles forget how to support you. It's a chain reaction that can lead to chronic pain, poor balance, and dangerous falls. Harvard researchers found that seniors who stood with soft, micro-bent knees retained better stability, circulation, and leg strength than those with stiff, locked joints. George started practicing what he called soft standing, a gentle bend in the knees, shifting weight from foot to foot like a slow dance. Within a month, the dizziness stopped. Within 2, he was back to hiking the park trails without discomfort. So here's the takeaway. Standing tall doesn't mean standing stiff. Your muscles need movement to stay alive. And while posture plays a role, what you wear on your feet may be doing even more damage than how you stand. Up next, I'll show you why your favorite slippers might actually be turning your legs into jelly and what to wear instead. You won't believe this, but one of the biggest threats to your leg strength might be hiding in plain sight: your slippers. That's right. The cozy, cushioned ones you wear every day around the house. They could be quietly wrecking your balance, weakening your feet, and setting you up for a serious fall. I remember Helen, 79, sweet as pie, and always in those fuzzy pink house slippers. She came in complaining of ankle pain and sudden wobbliness. When walking from the bedroom to the kitchen, I watched her walk, and it hit me instantly. Her slippers were sabotaging her. You see, overly soft soles don't give your feet the support they need. Instead of engaging the foot and leg muscles, they do all the work for you. Over time, your arches collapse, your toes grip constantly to stay stable, and the muscles that should be keeping you upright shrink and forget how to activate. A study from the gerontology research group showed that seniors who wore floppy indoor footwear had a 37% higher rate of near falls than those who wore structured shoes. That's no coincidence. Once Helen switched to firm, supportive shoes, ones with proper arch support, and a heel cup. She told me, "Doc, it feels like my legs woke up again. No more grabbing the wall, no more surprise stumbles." So listen to me, your feet are your foundation. Treat them right, and your legs will thank you. If your shoes bend like a taco, toss them. Choose footwear that hugs your foot and gives your muscles a reason to work. And while your slippers might be silently weakening you, your breakfast routine could be starving your legs before the day even begins. Up next, I'll reveal the morning mistake that robs seniors of strength before they even get dressed. Here's a question most folks never think to ask. What are you feeding your legs first thing in the morning? Because believe it or not, your breakfast or lack of it might be quietly eating away at your muscle strength. Let me tell you about Frank. He's 81, a proud Navy veteran. He's always up by 6 a.m., rain or shine. But for the last few years, he'd been skipping breakfast, just black coffee and a slice of toast, if anything at all. "I'm not hungry in the mornings," he told me. But then one winter he slipped on his front step. And the bruising wasn't the worst part. Was the realization that his legs just couldn't catch him anymore. When we sat down to review his routine, I explained what was really happening. After 8 to 10 hours of fasting overnight, your body starts breaking down muscle for fuel. That's especially dangerous after age 60, when sarcopenia, the natural loss of muscle mass, accelerates. And without protein in the morning, you're starting the day in the red. One study from the University of Texas found that older adults who consumed at least 25 grams of protein within 1 hour of waking built more leg muscle without changing anything else in their lifestyle. Once Frank began adding eggs, Greek yogurt, or a scoop of protein in his coffee, the results were stunning. Within 6 weeks, he climbed stairs without holding the rail and even carried his granddaughter up a flight without stopping. So here's the truth. Your first meal doesn't just wake your brain, it wakes your muscles. If you skip it, you're starving the very strength that keeps you upright. And speaking of strength, what you drink after breakfast could either build your joints or break them. Next, I'll uncover the common drink that quietly weakens aging knees. Let me ask you, when's the last time you walked through the grocery store without leaning on the cart like it is a walker? Now don't get me wrong, shopping carts are handy. But if you're using one as a crutch instead of a tool, you could be unknowingly training your legs to forget how to balance. I remember Jerry, a 75-year-old, who came to see me after nearly falling in the frozen food aisle. "Doc," he said, "the cart wasn't there, and suddenly my legs just froze." That's what we call assistive device dependency. When you rely too much on carts or walkers, your body learns not to balance on its own. Your stabilizer muscles, the ones that keep you upright, get lazy. It's like teaching your legs day by day, "Don't worry, you're not needed." Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that seniors who overuse assistive devices, like carts, experience up to 22% faster balance decline compared to those who walk unassisted. Here's what changed Jerry's life, what he called the 10-step challenge. Every shopping trip, he'd walk 10 steps without touching the cart, then 15, then 20, within 2 months. He was moving through the store with only one hand on the handle and a lot more confidence. So remember this. Sure, legs need reminders that they still know how to walk on their own. Give them that chance. And now, we turn to the final silent saboteur, a habit that seems safe. Even smart butt could be the very reason your legs weaken with every passing week. Let me show you what happens when you avoid the stairs. Now here's a habit that feels safe, but quietly steals your strength every single day. Avoiding stairs. I know what you're thinking, Doc. Stairs are risky at my age. But what if I told you that avoiding stairs isn't preventing weakness? It's causing it. Let me tell you about Louise. She's 79, lives on the second floor of a quiet apartment complex. For years, she took the elevator for everything, even just to grab the mail. "I don't want to fall," she said. But when the elevator broke down one weekend, she was stuck inside for 3 straight days. No mail, no groceries, no sunlight. That's when I explained a truth I've learned after decades in this field. Every stair you avoid is a missed opportunity to preserve your leg strength. You see, stair climbing isn't just movement. It's resistance training built into daily life. It activates the exact muscles that help you rise from chairs, catch yourself from slipping, and keep your knees and hips strong. A study from Tufts University found that seniors who used stairs at least 3 times a day had better balance, stronger quadriceps, and a 31% lower fall risk. So Louise made a deal with herself. 3 stairs a day. That's it. First week, just going down. Second week, up and down. By spring, she no longer needed the elevator at all. "My legs remember what to do now," She smiled. So here's the truth. You don't need a gym. You just need stairs. Start small. Hold the railing, rest when needed, but don't give them up. And now that we've uncovered all 7 habits that weaken your legs, it's time to show you the simple daily routines that can bring your strength back faster than you think. If you want stronger legs, you don't need fancy machines or long hours at the gym. What you need are simp that say you still matter. Start with movements at a teep protein ear, your masculine stairs when you can. Even 3 to 5 steps a day make a difference. Think of stairs as free leg training built into your home. Ditch the soft slippers. Wear supportive shoes with firm soles and good arch support. They activate the muscles in your feet and ankles, giving you better balance and stability. Stretch your calves daily. Flexing and relaxing your lower legs, your second heart helps pump blood back to the body and keeps joints flexible. And finally, use your legs on purpose. Walk to the mailbox. Stand while reading. Take the long way around the kitchen. Small choices add up. Remember, the secret isn't doing more, it's doing a little every day and doing it consistently. Your legs are waiting. Give them the message and they'll respond. Let me leave you with this. If you reach over 60 and doing even a few of these habits, your legs may already be getting weaker, even if you haven't felt it yet. That stiffness in your knees, that unsteady step, that little grunt when you rise from your chair. Those aren't just signs of aging. They're early warnings, your body's way of saying, help me before it's too late. The truth is, muscle loss doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in, quietly, through daily habits we ignore. Sitting too long, skipping breakfast, leaning on carts, avoiding stairs. One day, it's a little ache. The next, you're avoiding walks, struggling with steps, or worse, recovering from a fall. But it doesn't have to be this way. You can turn it around, starting today. Small changes done daily can protect your balance, your freedom, and your independence. I've seen it work again and again. You just have to act before it's too late. So ask yourself, what habit will you break today? What strength will you rebuild tomorrow? Your legs are counting on you. And if you've got questions, we're here for you. Leave a comment below and we'll help guide you. If this video helped you or someone you love, don't keep it to yourself. Tap that bell, hit subscribe, and share it because strong legs mean strong lives, and you deserve both.